Most men will put up with way more BS than they should in a relationship, but every dude has his breaking point, that's for sure. He describes her as allergic to answering in a simple fashion, and we gotta say that we agree with him wholeheartedly here.
You can't even hear the question, so just listen to the question that's being asked.
It doesn't matter what I answer, you're going to debate it and just say I'm wrong.
I'll never debate it if I agree with the answer. Do you think that women's jobs are high on the danger threshold scale or low on the danger threshold scale?
Who chose to have a dangerous job and allocate the jobs to whoever? Men did.
I feel like you're allergic to answering a question. Is it a condition that you have? Perhaps we should get you some medication to fix the lack of being able to answer a simple question, so I'm going to ask it a third time. Just answer the question. Do you think women's jobs are higher or lower on the danger threshold scale?
What? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I didn't hear you either. Huh? You should vocal fry harder.
These are some of the most morally loose girls you'll see all week, but at least the whole internet knows who they are now.
What is the worst thing you guys have done drunk?
Cheated on my boyfriend! Had to the back of my mom's car!
Did you get caught cheating?
No!
Or what about you?
I've been cheating!
You cheated as well?
Yet another walking, talking red flag comes in next. This interviewer is doing some great work out on the streets.
What's the wildest lie you've told your ex?
Yeah, I trusted him when he was shocking his ex. That she was over him. Yeah, I'm so not over him.
You're not over him?
I'm obsessed with him.
You're still obsessed with him?
I'd date him today.
Really?
Yeah.
Whose fault was it to break up? Yours or his?
His, because he cheated on me with his ex-girlfriend.
So you're telling me, you know what, I've got something to say. Women say that men don't respect them. Let me ask you a question. I'm not trying to deep life. If you're still ready to get back with a man who cheated on you, what does that say about you?
I've got no morals and I'm a joke.
So then do you not think that's letting all the other women down that get cheated on?
Yeah, but I love it.
You love him? Wow.
That's such a joke.
You love him?
No, I do love him.
You
Yeah.
love him?
I love him.
Even though he cheated on you?
Yeah, I love him.
So you love someone that does not have that respect for you to be cheated on you?
Yeah. But he's a prick, but I love it. No, if he stood here right now, he'd be like, yeah, she's a fucking... don't like her. But I love him. So that's all that matters, right?
And the award for the most ridiculous logic you'll ever hear goes to this answer right here.
Would you rather come across a random man or a random bear in the forest?
A bear.
Why bear?
Well, honestly, for me, well, whatever. I think bears are cute, so I want a bear.
You realize this is not a teddy bear that you like hug and snuggle with. It's a grizzly bear or a bear like that that will rip your face off, right?
But is it
I
like
mean,
just
recognize
chilling
that.
there, or is it like is it like aggressive?
It's just a random bear. Like, look here.
Okay,
let me give
so
you an
then I
example.
choose the bear.
If
Okay.
you walked over to a random man in the street and you patted him on the head and he turned around, right, and said, "What the hell are you doing?" Do you think that he would physically assault you?
No.
If you walked over and patted a random bear on the head, what do you think would happen?
It probably would claw my face out.
Cheating is cheating, whether physical or emotional. But this guy has an interesting perspective on where the line is drawn.
Emotional cheating or physical cheating? What is worse?
Physical cheating.
Physical cheating? Why do you say that?
I think emotional cheating is more subjective, but physical cheating is pretty objectively bad.
Honestly, that's fair. What would you say is objectively bad in terms of emotional cheating? Like, what would you say is cheating?
Intent. If your intent is to flirt with someone or to be not truthful with your relationship, that's probably where you draw the line. But if the intent is pure, then I think the result should be too.
Well, I really like that. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Self-love is all well and good, but you gotta be realistic about your situation, and some of these girls just aren't.
Ask everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. You can't pick 7, starting with you. Go ahead.
Rating my own look?
Yeah.
Oh, a 10.
10.
I'm gonna go for an 8.
Okay.
Yeah, 8.
On like a really good day, 8. I think an 8.
I was gonna say 7.5, but 8.
4.
I give myself a 5. We have 2 10s at the table.
Really?
Yeah,
Who do you think the prettiest girl in the room is?
I would say I think you're very pretty.
Thank you.
So why do you think she rates herself less than you rate yourself if she's the prettiest?
I don't know. I think that'd be a question for her.
So who's the second prettiest girl?
This is so foul.
The reason this question is asked, it's not actually ever asked to be offensive. It's asked to determine the delusion level. If I'm comparing myself to the most attractive men on planet Earth, yeah, I'm a 4. Brian, he's delusional. He ain't a 5 either. But the thing is, at least a 5 is more rational and reasonable than I'm a 10 on par with the most beautiful women in the existence of the world, right?
I mean, I think we all have to be a little delusional to get through our lives.
We hear a lot of breakdowns of women's behavior and why they act the way they do. So to hear such concise insight into men's behavior is actually pretty refreshing.
Because in the early stages, if he's not feeling it, his way to sabotage that relationship is pull away, right? So, and then in the latter stages of the relationship, when you feel married, for example, he'll pull away, and the woman will confuse that as being the same thing, but it's not. You know, he's dealing with two problems in the same way, and that's how it works for a guy. So yeah, it's just knowing that in the early stages it might be the other thing, and it's probably slightly more likely, but in the latter stages it's the other way around. It's just more that he just wants his space. So in the same way that you'd want my time, if we were in a relationship and you'd want, you've had a tough day, you come home from work or something and you're like, I need to tell you about my day, and you never guess what happened at work and stuff like that. What do you want at that moment? You want me to listen, don't you?
Yeah.
You want my time, you want me to listen, you want me to, I'm sorry to hear. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, baby. And his relief, his therapy, his healing is the space. But one of the biggest things that you can do as a woman is recognize that, when he's gone quiet or he's pulled away, it's nothing you've done. It's no reflection on you. You will naturally want to reach out to him and think, because you're a feeling creature. So you will feel like there's something wrong. That's going to be your natural instinct, and it's going to be a very tough thing to not do what is natural to you, but actually just place yourself. And this is what true empathy is, right? Is place yourself in the other person's shoes. Who are they? What are they going through? What do they need in that moment? And then when you can recognize that, then that's going to make all the difference in the world.
Right.
So yeah.
This girl has it all backwards. She's basically looking for a man she can walk all over.
The difference between a basic man and a high value man is that if he gets disrespected, the basic man usually reacts with disrespect too. So he wants to give it back to him. But a high value man will stay collective. He just received disrespect, which is not cool, but he's gonna walk away from that because he doesn't tolerate that, and he's not gonna go down on his level, and he's just gonna walk away.
This woman has a solid grasp of the hypocrisy of modern feminism and how they have stripped some men of their natural instincts when a woman is in need.
I haven't seen this, but I think I can already have an idea.
No, this is different than you think it's going to be. This is too much. Girlfriend got stuck.
Bail out. Just bail.
She got stuck. She didn't want to throw it. So now she's trying to get guys to come over and help her to lift that thing off her back. And I guarantee you there are guys that saw what was going on and were like, I'm staying out of this. I don't want to be in some video. I'm not getting involved. I'm approaching her, all that. And this is what I say about like feminism wrecking men, because your natural instinct as a man would just be like, let me go over and help this woman, right? Normal. You got to be afraid to do everything now. And I think that's why when people say the death of gentlemen and all this, women complain. I saw a video of a very prominent female figure being like, oh, all the good men are gone. It's like, well, you killed them. You killed whatever was inside of them that would have made them actually act like men. Guys are afraid to be men.
Yeah. Feminism has disincentivized men from being gentlemen.
Be warned, this girl's attempts at explaining her thought process is going to melt your brain.
Would you be okay with your daughter doing
Yes.
You'd be okay?
But it depends on what you did, because for me...
Like what she did?
No, for me, I'm okay with my daughter doing dance because I'm doing it, right? But if it's someone who has a daughter and they're not doing dance and her daughter's selling all that stuff online, they might not be as okay with it. But even if I wasn't doing dance, I'd say I would be okay, because I have the same mindset where if that's what you want to do, then that's what you're gonna do, then you're gonna have to deal with it.
When he began to make his point, the girls were ready to laugh and gang up on him. But as the point continued, that faded pretty fast.
You support the idea of women have been oppressed in society.
I can actually make an argument that men have been more oppressed.
Please make your argument right now, please.
Throughout all human history, What percentage would you say of military casualties, if you had to break it up between the genders? What is the percentage breakdown of military casualties?
Well, obviously,
so deaths and injuries.
Obviously, a significantly more amount of men.
99.99999%.
But that's also because in the past, women have not been allowed to fight in the military.
That is a privilege.
Do you think if women had been allowed to join the military, they would be signing up in droves to get put through the meat grinder of war? Ukraine, right now, people are getting forced to fight in this war. Men weren't allowed to leave the country in Ukraine. You realize this? Women were allowed to leave the country. Men were not allowed to leave the country in Ukraine because they were forced to go to the front lines, right into the meat grinder of war. They were forced to die. This is not something that's happened to women throughout human history.
But women...
Well, at least she had the sense to admit when she was outsmarted.
Why can't we be equal? Why do you feel superior to me?
Well, let me ask you this. Do you want a man that's taller than you?
Yeah.
Would you prefer a man that's stronger than you physically?
Yes, I do.
Would you prefer a man that can lead you?
Absolutely.
Would you prefer a man that's more competent and more intelligent than yourself?
I just said that. I
Yeah?
can't
Doesn't sound
disagree.
anything equal there to me.
Ouch. But what if I am strong?
You're not. That means that we are not equal.
Yeah, we're not. We're not. But don't.
You just said a second ago that we were.
Okay, all right.
Got him.
Got me.
Conversations like this are always likely to get messy, and unfortunately our ability to agree on simple facts has gotten even worse.
Feminism in 2022 has gone too far. In a bid to be seen as equal to men, instead of encouraging men to reduce their problematic behavior, we encourage women to adopt problematic behavior.
Maybe feminism hasn't gone too far. Maybe it hasn't gone far enough.
Physically, feminism has actually managed to convince a group of people that women are the same as men. Because while women got the memo on being more like men, men didn't get the same memo to be more like women.
If women aren't having rights to their bodies like men do, then I don't think we're equal. But I think with like the whole idea of like bricklaying, science, nurses, things, I think there's this whole idea that that's a more feminine job, that's a more masculine job, and I feel like with feminism, it's pushing the fact that these feminine jobs, these masculine jobs, aren't real.
This girl is just totally deluded, unwilling to accept her own limitations, and focused on nothing more than appearing strong for the cameras.
Will you be better looking in 10 years' time at 37?
Let me guess, yes.
Of course I would.
I knew it.
Look at Halle Berry. Look at all the beautiful women who was beautiful young, beautiful older.
Did you see the recent picture of Pamela Anderson?
But that's Pamela, though. I actually look good without makeup.
Okay, but if I say I don't feel like that, are you going to call me again? In order to elicit the actual truth from you, or snap you out of your delusion, was indeed for me to push back on your insane claim that you're in the top most beautiful women in the world. That's insane. You think it's true that you are in the top one of the most beautiful women in the entire world? Really?
Yes.
You're not in the scale of
That's your scale.
You're
It's a lot of
more beautiful
people
than the most beautiful women on the planet. That's absurd.
I mean, that's your
Absurd.
opinion.
No, that's a shared opinion universally of all men in existence, that when you say you're the most beautiful woman on planet Earth, that's an objective lie.
Just because someone speaks fast, it doesn't mean that they're making good points.
Trans women are not women. Okay. All right, Parker, what is a woman?
A woman is an adult human person that has a desire to be in accordance with a particular set of social and cultural norms that are typically associated with a female sex. Now, define a man. Define a man.
You're looking at one. XY chromosomes in a.
Okay, but does God the Father have XY chromosomes
Okay,
prior to incarnation?
We literally have a religious
He's
topic
a
later.
father and he's him, but he's not a man?
We have a religious
Wait,
topic
so
later.
a man is someone with XY chromosomes, but he doesn't have XY chromosomes, yet he's still a man, and he still uses preferred pronouns?
It's actually very interesting. In the original Hebrew, Adonai, do you know what Adonai is? It's the Hebrew word for God. It's actually genderless, but in the scriptures, they use he, right? And they use the masculine. Jesus Christ came to earth as a man, not as a woman, not as genderqueer. But let's go back to the...
But God the Father's a man, right? Because all fathers are men.
Well, first of all, there's a trinity. So God the Father is neither man nor woman. He is omniscient, omnipotent. He is all being on top of it.
So why do you use he?
Well, I did not. The scriptures do. You could use woman. You could say her. You could use him, but the way that the language is structured, again, it is so, God the Father is so above gender, it is so above any of our understanding.
Then why use him?
Glory and understanding. Again, because you have to make a choice, either he or him or her in the original scriptures. Let's go back to, I'm happy
Some
to get into
fathers
that,
aren't men and boys?
So I'm
So
not,
some fathers
I'm
are not men and boys, not men or boys.
I'm sorry.
Some fathers are not male.
No, of course they are. I'm not.
Wait, so God the Father's a male?
Hold on, God the Father. So where do we get God the Father from? What Greek word?
From your scripture.
Well, from Abba, right, which is a very close personal term.
You're not answering my
right?
questions, and you're bringing up random language that doesn't matter.
Well, it actually does.
No,
okay?
it doesn't.
But let me get down to the root of it, because
he's not a man. You know he's not a man under your worldview. You still use his preferred pronouns. You still call him a man.
Christ is a
man.
man.
You don't do that with trans people because you're transphobic. That's why.
Okay, got it. But Christ is a man. I'm happy to get into the sexuality and
Before
gender
incarnation, he's not.
of the Trinity. Okay.
Before incarnation, there's no penis. There's no XY chromosomes. There's no small
hold on a
gametes.
second. Let's think about it. If that's correct, how is it then Jacob saw the face of God?
Okay, so if there's
hold on. If there was not before the incarnation, how did Jacob see the face of God? How did Jacob wrestle with God?
Characters can have faces without biology.
How did Jacob wrestle with God?
So okay, do you think that he has a body?
Well,
or was that a figurative notion of wrestle?
That's a mystery of the scriptures. I'm not here. To, well, it is. I'm not here to debate theology. Can we go back to what we're talking
does
about?
he actually have biology? You keep trying to pivot because you know this debunks you.
Well,
what biology does your God have?
Well, the one of Christ our Lord.
No, I meant
right?
before incarnation.
Well, to be honest, I don't quite know, and I
you
don't
know?
think the scriptures
so
are.
You don't know what a man is?
Well,
you can't define what a man is?
It's a little opaque. Again, you're looking at a man.
But your video, the largest video on TikTok is, what is a woman, 20 million views? You don't know what a man is in your own worldview?
I said you're looking at a man, right?
Wait, but God the Father doesn't meet that criteria.
Am I looking at a man?
Yes, you are.
Okay, good. Just making
a man that's beating you in a debate right now.
Okay, that's fine.
This guy knows exactly how it feels to have his entire world crash down on him after just one short conversation. And you can see that pain written all over his face.
He said, no, there's something that I need to tell you. And I said, is it bad? And she said, yes. And I said, is it about the marriage? And she said, yes. And then we began to drive back, and I had this sinking feeling in me. And we drove for about 5 minutes in silence, and then I went to put my hand on her lap, and she said, don't touch me, because you won't want to after I've told you what's happened. And that's whenever it drops. And I remember that 10-minute drive back home then felt like an eternity. I was just looking out the window. And we got home, we got into the house, into the kitchen, and I was standing by the kitchen table, hands rested on it, and I said, what's happened? And she said, I've been having an affair with a man from work. And I remember just tears began to stream. I didn't move, completely motionless. Tears began to stream. And then she said, and that's not all. And she said, I'm pregnant with this child. And in that moment, I felt like I lost a lot. You know, I'd lost my wife. I'd lost the life we created. I'd lost the dog, our home, my parents-in-law, her family, everything that I'd really held dear. If someone said, what makes a meaningful life? I would have described these things. And it felt like they'd just been snatched away, just came crumbling down like a house of cards.
This dude needs to take that red flag that he has noticed and run as far away as he can. She's not joking. That much is clear.
Would you cheat on him with your celebrity crush?
Yeah. He knows that too.
I do know that.
How do you feel about that?
It hurts a little bit, but I do know how much she loves Harry Styles, so it would suck. Oh.
I don't know if I actually
I don't think
would.
she would.
I don't know if
I
I
really
actually
don't think she
would
would.
do it. Like if it came down to it, I don't know if I actually would. But I do love Harry Styles. So.
But you don't know Harry Styles. You know him.
But I think I know Harry Styles. He just seems such a great guy.
Basically, this woman is telling this man that he knows she would sleep with another man. This is why it's so important to put yourself first, to see yourself at high value. The only celebrity crush that your woman should have is you. And she needs to see you at that high value. Now look, she could not see you at that high value if you're always putting her on a pedestal.
The idea of drafting a woman might sound like a noble suggestion, but it falls apart under the slightest amount of scrutiny.
I'm the egalitarian feminist here. I think women should be drafted. That's the trade-off.
Yeah, you psychopath. I think Brian is wrong on this. If we allow women into the draft, even if they are drafted, they'll never be put in frontline combat for the reasons I already stated. So it still wouldn't be fair anyway. They would be Hey clerks, the enemy will round them up and send them home pregnant to demoralize you. The Japanese even had that as part of their battle strategy for the Chinese. They literally called it the R wording of Nanking. That was their entire battle plan, and it worked. So it's like, no, this is an insane position. Brian's wrong on this too. I want a ready-made force of savage, brutal men whose entire job's to kill the enemy with extreme prejudice.
Well, you gotta give her some credit. At least she knows what she wants.
What's your type?
Black guys.
You like black guys?
Yeah.
Yeah? Not white guys? You don't like white guys?
No, all of my exes have been black.
Yeah.
However, my last ex, who was Nigerian, cheated on me. With my best friend.
Oh. So since then you've never been with a white guy?
No. I don't know what my type is anymore.
Oh my God. So let me ask you a question right now. Being a white girl, would you say that you get a lot of hate when you're in an interracial relationship?
No.
You don't get no hate?
No hate. No hate over here.
Alright, cool.
This woman's morals are all backwards, but thankfully she went viral due to this response, and maybe some of her future boyfriends might get warned off before they even date her.
Have you ever cheated?
Yeah.
What happened?
I got with the security guard at my job.
Was it worth it?
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Mm-hmm.
You would? Why?
Because he cheated too. Goes both ways.
Who cheated first?
Me, but he doesn't know that.
So you do it again?
Yeah.
With chest?
Mm-hmm. He just wasn't giving what I need. So if you're not going to give what I need, I'm going to cheat.
Her logic is once again a big issue. She says one thing and then immediately goes back on it as soon as she is pressed on it.
You said your take on dating, growing up with your father spoiling you, you look for a man who provides everything.
Yes. A provider, like someone who takes care of you, who pays for everything. I feel like, to me, it's like I want someone who can provide for me just like my father did, because that's my expectations in dating.
Would you stop?
I would. Yeah. I would stop for someone like that.
You're 18, right? So what's the age group that you're typically dating or would date?
I don't think age matters.
Like 80?
That's my grandpa.
But would you date like another 18 or 19 or 20 year old?
No, absolutely not.
You've got two guys here who don't know what they're talking about, and one dude in the middle who is out of patience with them.
Is kissing cheating?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about it, yeah?
Because like it depends if it's like a kiss in the club or like a full kiss,
session.
you know, full makeout test, passionate, everything.
What about texting? Is texting cheating?
No. Depends on the texting.
Well, what's the kind of text message? What's the is it like flirty or is it simply just asking questions?
What if it's like just straight on texting? She won't tell you. She won't show you.
I don't know. Like it really just comes down to like how much trust you have in her.
So these two guys, they're 18 years old. They have never been in a relationship before. So I don't know why they're speaking about cheating. If you're texting someone else or if you're kissing someone else, it's always cheating. You always have to be very faithful to your partner. I don't understand what the dilemma here is.
This girl is beyond deluded, and she's completely serious when she gives this answer.
I dated a broke guy. Anything better than that? My dad makes more than 6 figures, and my brother makes more than 6 figures. So
Yeah, you can't date them.
This is what I'm saying. I want somebody who is more than 6 figures, maybe more than 5 mil, 10 mil. Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
What? Wait, 5 mil a year?
Yeah, 5 mil a year is a basic minimum.
Hold on, wait. 5 mil a year
Yeah.
is the bare minimum.
Yeah.
So 4 mil. No.
You don't cut it, bro. Can you donate some of that money?
No,
to
I mean, no. I think the bare minimum would be like $1 million.
$5 million a year is your bare minimum. Right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not.
He's digging himself deeper and deeper into a hole with answers, but he doesn't seem to care one bit.
Snitch on the boys, bro, or cheat on the missus?
Cheat on the missus. You can't dog the boys like that.
Really?
Yeah. Why not? The boys are for life.
The boys are for life.
Always.
Me, you've been dating for years.
It's 4 years, but the boys.
The boys. Okay. What would you do?
I would snitch on the girls. They shouldn't cheat. Cheating's no. They know that. So I can't believe
Guess I'm a bit of a dog then.
Yeah.
The boys will get it. The
Are you changing your answer?
No.
Alright, bro. That's it. Thanks.
Who are these dudes who go out there chatting to drunk girls on camera? That's a little suspicious, right?
What's your ethnicity?
What?
What's your ethnicity?
What is ethnicity?
Like, what's your what race are you?
Probably like Latino, I would say. Yeah, I'm a Latina.
What language do you speak?
I speak Portuguese.
Portuguese?
Yeah.
How do you say I love you in Portuguese?
Eu te amo.
E te amo.
Eu te amo.
E te amo.
Thank you.
Give me a spin. E te amo.
Thank you.
Now, do you e te amo me?
Differences of opinion like this are not gonna go away overnight. And though this girl doesn't kick off, she's definitely not happy with these commenters.
This sells online, which is degen as
You had a really big reaction to that. What's up? Is it the toxic masculinity again, or?
I love men and I respect men, but the comments that started going on, guys, you just gotta take into the consideration that you have never been into the shoes of specifically this person. She's 18. She came from a different country. She's trying to change the whole pattern and the system that her life has been working before she became an adult, an official adult. We can judge, we can just say all of those like funny looking comments like, oh, you an engineer girl, all that. But I don't really think that this is constructive enough. I do not understand why all of those comments are coming from the men and very specific type of man. This specific type of man is just usually not what I respect. It's just not the individuals that I would f with. I'm so sorry.
This girl's math is all wrong. In fact, her outlook in general is deeply, deeply flawed.
Like $1 million is basically nothing right now.
What are you talking? $1 million
That's a
is
lot.
an astronomical amount
I
of
mean,
money
think
for
about
basically anybody.
I'm thinking about taxes. So basically, if you buy a house, it's like the minimum in Jersey for a house right now is $500,000. If you have a mortgage, basically like $36,000 to $50,000 a
Yeah,
month.
and that's financed over a 30-year fixed rate. So your mortgage
With
per month is
interest.
around $4,900.
Yeah, and then also like grocery prices are very high now too.
For a frame of reference, this is $10,000 times 5. That's what you're what you're actually requesting.
Damn, bro, why you gotta do the math?
$10,000, $1,000 bills times 5 per year. Like, that is an astronomical number.
These dudes are not even conflicted about this. I don't know, is it admirable or kind of worrying?
Cheat on your girl or snitch on your homie?
I'm about to cheat on her. One goes down, we're all going down. Oh, that's light work. I'm gonna definitely cheat on my girl. 100%. The homie's been with me since day one. I probably just met her.
Cheating right away. Immediately. Never snitching on my homies. I love my brothers too much.
Oh, definitely cheat on my girl.
Never snitching on the homies.